For this tutorial, we're going to look at the single agency page and how to make amendments. Okay, so once we're on the website, we can use the WordPress admin bar at the top here once we're logged in. This is something that only appears for registered users with a certain level, so like the admin and certain other users that can be specified by yourself. So this is not something that the public will see. Okay, so we can click on the Travel Console name here to enter into the back end of the website. And then we can go to the agencies menu list and go all agencies. And from there we can see all of the agencies that are listed on the website. So to make amendments to a particular agency, just for as an example, we'll go to Lead Management. We click on that and then it will load up the information behind the scenes of what makes up that single agency page. So I've got the Lead page here as well, just from the public facing website. So the elements that are shown on here, this top element is automatically brought in. So this is taken from the name of the agency, and then this is the image associated with that. So to show you that behind the scenes, we've got the name, which is taken from here, and then as we scroll down towards the bottom of the page on the right hand side, we've got the featured image, which is where that logo is taken from. Excuse me. Okay, so if we look at the main content of the body of the page, as we go down, we've got a title, and then we've got two buttons, one for website and one for contact. So if we view that same information behind the scenes, we've got the title listed there, which if you wanted to make any amendments to that, to the name, it's just simply a manual edit just done from here. And then any changes that are made, we'd need to click Save Changes. As we scroll down, we've got the two buttons. So the first one is the website. So that is the name that's shown. And then secondly, we've got the link. Now, because we're linking to an external web page, we've got this open link in a new tab, so you don't lose the user from the website. So that will open up in a new tab. Any changes that are made there, you would just click Set Link. And again, the rest of the options can be disregarded. They're all set in the style that it should be for the website. So any changes that might be made to the title or the website, just make sure that you click Save Changes. And then the button underneath there, very similar, but the title is Contact, and the link goes directly through to a email address. It's a slightly different format when linking to an email address, in that you have to put this particular bit at the start. So most of the time, if you needed to recreate this, I can show you when you're creating a new agency page, it brings through a template. So in theory, you won't have to ever retype this completely fresh. There'll be something where you can amend to the correct email address. So that should be there. But if you do need to reference it, you can view that particular intro section on any of the agency pages in the back end. So any changes to the email address itself can be made here, and then click Set Link, and then Save Changes. And as we go down to the next section, this is now the slideshow element. So if I show you that on the public site, so this is the section here where we've got the text followed by an image, and then as we scroll through, we've got more text and then another image. So this information box, which you can just see is represented by that hashed area there. So this is the text that makes up that section. Now these information boxes are quite advanced, but we're only using a particular tab here for the content. So if we click on that, and then you can see that information which is shown on the main site there. So if we just go back to the start of that, so that's this section here. So any amendments can just be done just by editing the text here, and then once you've finished, click Save Changes. And then this secondary box here, if we click Edit on that, this contains the image information. So we can get to that from the General tab here, and this is the image that's currently shown. And if we wanted to change that, we can click on Add Image, and we've got the choice to select any of the images that have previously been used and uploaded onto the website, or if there's a new image, we can go to Upload Files and then click Select Files to find the correct location of the file on your computer. I'm going to click Cancel because I'm not going to update that one just for now. If the image is one that's previously been used, you would just select the image and then you can do Set Image, which will then correctly set that image to the new one, and then just ensure that Save Changes are clicked. So that covers that first page of slides, and then we go on to the second, which is the second section of text, and then another image. So as one of the top 5, as we then scroll through, here we go, as one of the top 5. So we've got that section there. So exactly the same information in that we can edit the text on there. If we go to the Content tab of this particular information box, so here we are. And then again, we've got the image that we can choose to amend if we wish to. Okay, on to the next section. We go back to the public facing site. So we're now down to the leadership section. So let's get that back to the start. So it's a very similar setup to the slideshow area that we've just looked at, although the image is now being shown first on this particular slide and then the text. So if we look at that information on the back end, we can go down under the title of leadership. So we've got one information box here which will show the image, which is there. Again, if any personnel changes, that can be made here. Just close that. And then on the information about the particular person, we're using the content for the main bulk of it. Now you will note on here we also have a title, and then we have the job position above that. So that can be seen if we go to the title and subtitle of this particular section. So there we can see the name, and if we just scroll down to the subtitle, we can see the job position. So those can be amended in those two sections, and then the full information is on that Content tab. If we just go back onto the main page, we'll see from scrolling through, we've got the text next and then an image, so slightly different order. So exactly the same as above. We've got the text here, and we've got the main content, and then we've got the name and then the job position. Okay, I'm going to click Close because I haven't made any amendments, and then this additional element of the information box is that final image. Okay. The next section is the quotation that's used on the page. If I just switch back so you can see that. So that's this section here. So it's really just text. For styling purposes, we're using a bold and italic font. So if you wanted to completely remove this and start again, it tends to be, it would type in more plain information. If I just get rid of that. So any new information would come up like this. If you wish to keep with the styling of it, once you've finished editing or writing a new quotation, you can just select the information that's been added, and then you can click the bold and then italic. And then those changes will be applied once you click the Save Changes. For this, I'm just going to click Close because we don't want to remove that particular bit at the moment. Okay, then now last few sections. So this is the Meet Us and then the clients. Now both of these are automatically assigned, so there's nothing that needs to be done on this particular page. If I just go back, so really we've just got the title, and then we've got a slider here to show the events. Now the events, if there is an applicable event which features the agency that you're editing, then that will show up on the page. If there isn't, it shows a message saying that there's no events at this time. The clients, which is shown underneath, there's nothing listed here. It's an automated process. The only thing that would need to be done is that you need to select from this list of clients all of the clients appropriate to the agency that you're currently editing. Likewise with services, so the services are listed on the filters on the agency lists. So if you go through and tick any of the boxes that are appropriate to the particular agency that we're on, and we're on Leeb currently, that will then be shown in other areas of the website. Likewise with the markets and the regions, they all need to be ticked appropriately to the particular agency that we're on. And as mentioned earlier on, this is the logo that will also show in those agency lists. Okay, so once any changes are made on here, you need to just ensure that the update button is clicked, because that then makes any changes that you have made throughout any of the editing, it then makes it live onto the website. When you are adding information for the agency, it's also good practice to put the principal contact in, because that's another piece of information which is shown on some of the lists. So it's useful when you are editing or adding a new agency just to ensure that information is there, so it will slot in and display on the site where appropriate. Okay, so once you've finished, just make sure that you click update. And then you can always just go through onto the page just to ensure that the information that you've changed is now reflected. So we've got that new image shown on there. Okay.